We're joined now by Congressman Ro Khanna. He's a Democrat from California and a leading member of the House Progressive Caucus. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You just heard Secretary Raimondo said that this legislation, the Build Back Better program, is going to pass this week. That's really in the hands of progressives like you. Are you a yes vote on both this and the infrastructure bill?
I am. The president has shown patient and extraordinary leadership. It's time for this party to get together and deliver. Let me just say, politicians throw out historic transformation. If I could just say two facts of what this will do. Every American kid is going to get to go to preschool. Nobel laureate James Henkman says that is one of the biggest things we can do to create equal opportunity in America. Second, this is the largest investment ever in solar, in wind, in electric vehicles. It's huge on climate.
We're going to get into the details in a moment, but this vote you do expect to happen by Tuesday, as some have projected, because on another network this morning, Senator Bernie Sanders was saying he wanted to try to add in some things to the bill still. Pharmaceutical and prescription drug pricing is what he talked about. That's pricey. How many changes should we expect?
Well, we are working to add things in. The negotiations taking place. I'm going to be a yes. I think we can have the vote by Tuesday. Senator Sanders is doing a great job to actually have Medicare negotiation. That would save money and help people with prescription costs. But the question is—
That's $350 billion over 10 years, according to Senator Sanders. Is that something that you think you can still keep the Senate on board with?
Well, there are two different issues. One is the actual reduction of costs, the prescription drug negotiation. That actually saves money, and saves money brings the cost down. The other is the Medicare expansion, so people get dental, vision, hearing. By the way, a hugely popular polling place. So my point is this. I'm a yes. Progressives will be a yes. We're working to get all of this in. But here's what people are saying. It's been months. Let's get this done.
But you're a yes, even if those things aren't added in?
I'm a yes on the framework.
Okay. Anything else that you know of that might be added into this before it goes to a vote?
We're still working on getting the climate provisions secured. One of the main things we've done is have a methane fee. There was the American Petroleum Institute, others having massive ads against it. We fought. That will be in part of the framework. The Climate Civilian Corps is part of the framework, so the climate parts are still being negotiated.
Okay, because one of the climate you're passionate about, I know, yes. But one of the biggest portions of the original proposal, the Clean Energy Performance Program, is a $150 billion program that didn't make the framework. So how much of a defeat was it to lose that? It
was a setback. But then the parts that were added, I think, are very strong, because there was another $150 billion added to have electric vehicles, solar, wind, in collaboration with the private sector, funding new energy sources. So is it better that we had the clean electricity program? Of course, but I still believe we can hit the 50% goals by 2030 with this plan coupled with regulatory action. It is the strongest climate investment that the country has ever made. And Margaret, we're doing this with a majority that is less than President Clinton had, less than President Obama had. They had 57, 60 senators. Here you've got 50-50.
And you're doing it all on a party line vote.
And that's the question. Why isn't there a single Republican who's for paid family leave? I heard you say, paid family leave's out. Why is there no one asking the Republicans? They claim to be the working class party. They're not with us on paid family leave.
So do you actually think things like paid family leave are not possible to pass after 2022, if you don't hold on to the majority? Some people are saying, oh, we'll get to it later. When you were meeting with the president behind closed doors, did he say to you, I can get paid family leave passed in the next year?
He said he will do everything he can on paid family leave and on community college.
Before 2022?
He will do what he can, but here's the question.
Well, we know what he can. You are putting so much in this one bill and passing along party lines because this is your shot. This is what Democrats say, to get what you want done.
Well, I guess I'm the
That suggests you don't have a shot at the other.
I'm an optimist to think maybe one Republican who gives speech after speech saying they're for the working class, they're for the forgotten American. Let's do a single bill on paid family leave. They don't want to vote for the bigger thing? Vote with us on paid family leave. Vote with us on child care. Vote with us to help the working class. We are doing this because we don't have a single Republican vote to help the working class in this country.
Back on climate, Democratic leaders seem to be saying that you need the business community in order to hit any of these targets. The climate envoy, John Kerry, has said that. President Obama has said that. You held a hearing this week with oil executives, and you went hard at them. Don't you need them to be partners and not adversaries here? What's your end game?
Yes, we do. And the European companies actually are being partners. European BP and Shell, not perfect, but they're at least announcing reduction in some of the oil production consistent with the UN goals.
But you're
American companies
subpoenaing
are increasing.
some of the top oil executives in this country. What is the end goal for that?
The end goal is to have transparency. They're saying they're for the Paris Accord. Great. They're saying they're for climate action. Great. Well, what are they doing to actually hit those targets? Why don't they be honest and saying, okay, here's where we're going to invest in clean energy. Here's where we're going to transition. Here's where we're going to cut some of the production on oil like our European counterparts. They shouldn't say one thing and do another thing. I want them actually to be partners. I want them to own up to some of the past outrageous statements. I mean, the Exxon CEO in 2002 is saying that fossil fuel burning does not cause climate change. And the current Exxon CEO, Darren Woods, wasn't willing to say that's an outrageous statement. It'd be like if the president of the United States today was defending Andrew Johnson. Just condemn the outrageous statements in the past.
Thank you very much, Congressman, for coming on. We'll be right back in a moment.